Oh my.
Oh, I don't see it yet.
Oh my gosh.
Me and my date have arrived.
Oh.
She's had a lot to drink already. This is my date. Conchina.
Excellent.
She's a professional fighter.
Nice punch.
She's into mixed martial arts and so forth. And she's pretty jacked, I have to say. Also, she ripped her dress trying to put it on today.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
But she looks so stunning.
Oh, thank you.
How many
thank
petticoats is she wearing?
you. She's got 2 stuck on. Wow.
Her head's a little,
Yeah, we try to. Nothing really fits her.
She's not used to getting all dressed up.
No,
Like that.
she's this is a new experience. Thank you guys for being kind to her. Wow, we're just gonna get rid of that.
It's okay. She might get a different crown later.
We don't need that. Well,
She's-
she's hoping.
She's beautiful.
Hey, you're doing great. You're doing great.
Show us your lovely date.
I'm Gramita! It's Gramita! Gramita is here!
Oh my! You have a smaller date than mine.
You would finally show up. Everybody's been talking about me so much in Red Flags. This is Gramita. I am Gramita.
What a charming date.
Yes.
You two have so much in common.
Quite tiny compared to your date.
Oh, I'm glad that you guys match as well, though.
Ah, yes.
Pressure's on Gwen now.
Quite nice out here today.
Oh,
What a handsome
a Smurf?
Did you break that door?
It's not a Smurf. It's a...
She did. She broke the door.
It's all about breaking screen.
This is my lovely date.
He's so handsome. Wow.
He's been trying to grow some facial hair. It's not working out very well
I
for him.
see that.
And I told him what color I was wearing, but he forgot, so he tried to wear every color in the hopes that he would match.
You didn't get your color
It
in
didn't
there,
work.
did he?
It didn't work at all, but it's fine. He tried.
He's still very dapper. What a handsome gentleman. And I think he has very little competition to become the prom king or stay-at-home coming king.
I don't know. There's some fairly dapper men behind the camera.
Oh. Yeah, but we don't have sick facial hair like this guy does.
Oh yeah, I just want to sit here and stroke it.
Twiddle his dweedle.
Oh no.
That happened.
That happened. That happened. That was a thing. You
Not
witnessed
only did
it
that
happen?
but we did that.
We did that?
Yes,
We
yes.
did that.
No
Yes.
way. I think they did that back here. I think they're
Kamita's
responsible.
over here.
We had nothing to do with it. They just
Kamita!
wanted dates to their own prom, and we agreed. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a very late night live stream after party if you're here in America, or a reasonably timed live stream if you're not in America. Maybe. Who knows?
Do you guys want to start out by telling them how stay-at-home coming happened? Some people seem confused about what we did and why we did it.
So, during quarantine, we are still in quarantine here in the United States, especially in Los Angeles County. I actually just read on CNN today, trick-or-treating is banned in Los Angeles County
Banned?
this year. It's banned this year.
Halloween is canceled.
Yep. So we're
no.
looking for all sorts of weird, fun things to do that we can do at home, which is why we did show and tell. If you followed us on, if you follow us on Instagram, you saw we did show and tell a couple weeks ago. And I think McGwen, I think Gwen just passively said something about having a dance or a ball or whatever, and she doesn't realize how quickly me and AJ will jump on wacky ideas.
That's
Like,
true.
sold, I'm in, let's go.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's just, I think the pandemic has driven us a little bit crazy, more than usual. So yeah, any little stupid thing that we can take and run with, we've been doing that. And it's become movie nights. It's become, as Nate said, show and tell. I think a science fair showed up on the radar at some point. A coloring contest is in the works. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of ridiculous nonsense we've gotten ourselves into. This is just the latest of them. And these just kind of keep us sane behind the scenes of Random Encounters while we're making YouTube content the same as always, except with nobody but us, nowhere but here.
Yep, but we basically made the rules for ourselves that we were going to hold a dance in our backyard dance. We were gonna have some chicken nuggets on like a catering tray. We were gonna have like a special song. We were going to bring dates, and our goal was to bring the wackiest dates that we could find. So
I think we succeeded mostly.
who do you think succeeded the most? Who had the wackiest date?
Oh, now this is a loaded question because we also voted for a prom court. I'm sorry, a stay at homecoming king and queen.
It's
if you
true,
will.
we did.
We're not gonna tell you yet who those winners were.
But we will tell you eventually during the stream.
Yeah, each of us had a vote, and each of our dates had a vote as well. They needed help writing down their nominations.
Yes, we had to
A little bit.
transcribe for them.
Yeah, but it was a pretty decisive victory, I think. We'll tell you later on in the stream who won. We'll find out from you guys right now who you think brought the loveliest date or the most rugged, handsome date. I think my date brought the most rugged, handsome date.
Oh! Speaking of other people that were there, I have this photo I can share.
Oh.
Since we're talking about people who were there.
Oh, do it.
People who were there being listened. Wait, it's going to cover me up here, but we've got this guy.
Hey!
He was dressed up, looking all dapper.
Look at this guy. Look at him.
Gwen tried to put a tie on the Penelope as well, but she was not having it.
No,
She was like,
Oh
no,
my
no.
goodness.
Formal wear is not her thing.
I need to be out of this.
Technically, I succeeded at getting the tie onto her, but then I didn't really... It took me like 20 minutes to get it back off of her, because she literally was like, there's something on me, and was running around the house.
Yeah.
It was
cats do
pretty
that.
great.
Yeah, they freak out a little bit, and then they're hard to wrangle because they're cats. So you get like to pay for your mistakes twice because first you freak them out, and then you can't undo it either.
I feel like the chat is pretty split at the moment as to whether Nate had the wackiest date or whether I had the wackiest date.
Oh,
I feel like they're feeling Punchina's a little traditional with the ball gown
Traditional?
and the like she's a very princessy date.
she is hulked out from all of her training at the Olympic Games or something. Smash Brothers has really built her up.
She
a
looks
little.
like she put a lot of work into like her core. But,
Yes, right?
But
She
didn't do
skipped
much
arm
with her
day.
arms. She skipped arm day.
Yeah, and leg day. She's doesn't have much in the way of those. You guys know what she is, right? That is one of those training dummies you find at martial arts studios where she's literally designed to get punched in the face over and over as hard as you can. Which is cool because I just told everybody all night she was looking for a fight. Like, that's what she was there for. She was, like, picking fights with everybody there. Nobody wanted to punch her. Nobody. I think it's because she's so bulky. People were afraid of my date.
Yeah.
I was afraid of my date.
She's fairly threatening.
She keeps spooking me. I left her here in the corner, and I walked in. I was like, whoa!
We AJ left her in the kitchen area the night after stay at homecoming. Just
She's
kind
heavy.
of sat there in the area. I came downstairs in the morning to get my coffee and rounded the corner, and I saw something. I was like, "Whoo!" I was like, "Oh, it's just Punchina."
It's like a
like,
big,
"Ugh."
scary, like, dude dressed as a princess, like, lurking in the corner. It's actually
I
a little
was
like, ooh, who
not
is that?
expecting it.
Why are they in my kitchen? Why is she dressed like a princess? And they're like, oh, it's a dummy. All right, that's the story of Punchina.
See, the
though.
good news is I think Punchina is going to be working for the channel to an extent because
Oh, yeah.
we have a mannequin we've always been using as like our zombie and our granny in our chainsaw challenge and our zombie Plants vs.
Yeah,
Zombies
it's like
challenge.
a store mannequin.
But our store mannequin is it was a Goodwill mannequin, so it doesn't stay together very
Doesn't
well. It
have a
falls
head.
apart. It doesn't have much weight to it.
Yeah.
So I think Punchina is going to be the stunt double from now on.
You say that, but I was just thinking about the last time we saw the mannequin like getting thrown through a window for ICU.
Okay.
We could never throw Punchina through a window.
For the challenges where we have to like throw stuff at
Yeah.
stuff.
Or you could throw Punchina through a wall because she's like,
I don't know if I could lift Punchina through.
right? So we should keep the mannequin.
But it
actually
would have
around.
looked more like Grandpa. Because it would have had a head at least.
That's true, yeah. But no legs. We
Yeah,
need
it's
to
weird.
like Frankenstein part of Punchina off and attach it to part of our mannequin. I know, which is weird because Punchina here is like totally a dude, and our mannequin is totally not a dude. So putting like nice, long, slender, like smooth legs on like a huge, like hairy guy, he's gonna look like the worst version of like those terrible like mashup memes you find on the internet. Like,
It's going to be like something like
Unpleasant.
Sid would have created in Toy Story.
yeah, seriously.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Let's talk about somebody else's date. Oh, okay.
Ta-da!
I guess you're talking about my date.
Yeah.
You can show your
I
date.
can show my date.
Potato
'cause
Boy was just asking where your date was.
My date's right here. She doesn't fit on camera very well because
Well, she
obviously
fits great,
everybody
but-
hides her. You know, she's gets covered easily by people. But this is Kermita.
Yeah.
I don't think I have to tell you what Kermita probably originally was. It's not like it's a weird martial arts, guys. It was a Kermit the Frog puppet.
No!
Hello,
Really?
I am Kermita. Kermita is here to do the live stream.
Kermita's really here!
No! I don't know what else to say about her. The dress is like a doll dress, which fit great. The shoes were like toddler shoes.
They are so glamorous.
I originally bought doll shoes, but they were like this big, and I was like, that's not gonna work. Kermita's got big feet.
Yeah.
I tried to
You know
get
what they say about puppets with big feet?
I tried to get gloves,
I don't
but
use them.
no gloves worked. Plus, Kermita doesn't really have individual fingers.
Nah. You could have snipped them.
That would have been horrifying.
She would have like lost
And
all
then
the stuff.
I gave her this
in
nice necklace, which is the thing from Titanic, but it's red instead of blue. And this is her hair. She's got nice red hair.
Like hashtag Slay Queen.
I
Hashtag
am
Queen
Kermita.
Kermita.
The chat says she's a gorgeous lady, that she's a beautiful masterpiece.
Oh, thank you.
They're
Sounds a little like Miss Piggy.
Oh, thank you.
There you go.
Thank you. So Kermita actually kind of has a story behind her.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys ever played it. There's this game called Red Flags. It's kind of like a Cards Against Humanity game where you try to set somebody up on a date, and then the people next to you play like a red flag, and it's like, oh, so you have like a doctor who's great at everything, but like they also look like your dad, and
Yeah,
you
or
know,
they have a bunch
smell
of
like
bodies in the
cheese.
basement. Yeah,
And
like, amps up quick.
We have a house rule where we always give a date a name when we're trying to set up, like, oh, AJ, this is my friend Josephina or whatever like that.
Oh, yeah.
And one of our friends, Jordan, he's the one who plays Red in some of our Pokemon
Yeah, he goes by
musicals.
Vinfi on our
Yeah, he goes by
moderators and
Vinfi
stuff.
online. He played it with us years ago, and he came up with Kermita. He's like, I'd like to introduce you to my friend Kermita. She is this and that, and it just kind of stuck, and we've always kept Kermita around to show up at least once when somebody set somebody on a date. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna
Have an actual date with Kermita.
I'm gonna have the actual Kermita show up finally.
Yeah. She's good looking.
Definitely.
Good looking
Chat
puppet.
agrees.
Yeah. Man, we should all get ourselves such fancy duds as that.
Is Kermita in any way related to Kermit?
I believe I told someone online that Kermita was Kermit's cousin.
Cousin.
Oh.
Yes.
She doesn't talk about her whole
Yes.
life.
Somebody mentioned that it was Kermit online, and I was like, it's Kermit's cousin. They are related. There's a strong resemblance in the family, but they're frogs, so...
Frogs tend to
Totally.
look a little like frogs.
I get them
But-
very mixed up.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Brad at all?
Yes, I do want to talk about
That
Brad.
dreamy
This guy
hunk
right here.
behind
Oh,
us.
Someone in the
There
chat
he
just told me that he looked way too realistic, and so it seemed that I was cheating on AJ. So I just want to put any rumors to rest. AJ knew I was going to the dance with Brad. I knew that he was going to the dance with Punchina. We were okay with it. I have video of it somewhere. We might show it. Not tonight, but some other time on Instagram or something, where we hooked Punchina and Brad up and made them dance together, and
We
then
did.
AJ and I snuck off. So
Yeah.
it's fine. No one's
They got
cheating on
to
anyone.
like switch partners, step in for a dance. It was
yeah.
nice. It was civil. Punchino was angry looking the whole time, but what can you do?
But my boy Brad, if anyone saw my Making the Goose Game costume, you may have heard me mention that having a dress form or a sewing mannequin would be a really good thing to have. I used a chair. Was not a great idea. And I took this opportunity to purchase myself a
Brad.
sewing mannequin.
Brad can be the goose from now on.
Brad can be the goose.
How exciting.
I should have dressed him up as the goose.
He
That
could
would've
have been
a
the
great
goose.
date.
Yeah.
Darn it.
That's okay.
But instead, I raided our costume closet for everything shiny I could find. I don't actually remember what all of those pieces are from. I know the shirt is a dancing zombie from Plants vs. Zombies. The pants were...
I'm just going to say, that's like a Matt Pat jacket he's wearing. That's definitely like you stole that off of Matt Pat or something.
Maybe.
Brad's borrowing his
Pants
clothes.
are Sparks, aren't they?
They're Sparks,
Yeah.
yeah. From Team Full of Harmony. And then I got him all dressed up, and I was like, he looks a little weird headless, so then I made him an airhead.
Hey.
And I think it suits him. I think it really completes the look.
It's a good look. He's got like a little goatee going on at the bottom.
He's got a very inflated sense of self-esteem. Or whatever.
Ah.
Yes.
It's true.
Somebody in the chat just asked me if Brad has hands. He does not. Nor does he have arms
Oh,
or
no.
legs. In
Uh-oh.
fact, his pants are just pinned to the front of him, which is interesting.
Am I
inappropriate
literally the
rumor.
only one who brought a date that had arms and legs?
I mean,
It's kind of weird.
you're the only one that brought a date that wasn't kind of your size as well.
It's true. I'm not gonna discriminate. Big, short, tall, human, frog.
I'm saying it's easier. I was gonna say it's easier to find clothes for a little. But I'm like, it's not. I find clothes just fine all the time. In fact, if you want to buy some clothes that have random encounters on them, there's a link down in the description below.
You
for
can't
your
buy
date.
this.
Yeah, don't buy that one. This one's out of print right now. But you can buy some other cool stuff. You can put it on your own date. Although I think you guys already had dates, and some of you even dressed them up a little bit.
I was
did.
gonna say, do we want to show all the lovely photos that you guys
I
sent to
can.
us?
Oh, I think it's time. I think
Let's
it's
do it.
time.
Let's
I want
do
to
it.
see your
Do
dates.
we want to kill our mic while we do this, or do we want to be able to
No,
commentate?
we'll commentate.
Okay,
Sure.
all right.
Although there is music playing, right?
Yeah, but if our moderator said that the first video was quiet, so this next video might be quiet too.
Okay.
But we'll see. We'll play it and we'll see how it goes. Here
Okay.
we go. Here we go.
All right. We're gonna comment.
And submission.
Oh, Matching shades. I love it. Hey. Look at it. Beautiful.
I like this one a lot.
It's a stunning dress.
Battle axe.
Battle axe,
That's a
yes.
strong date. I don't know what
I don't know.
that is.
It's cool.
It's big though. That's tiny. I think it's the biggest date in the
I know, right?
That looks like a fish tank.
Lots of dates.
A teddy bear. Nice.
Very cute. Stitch. Oh, he's a messy. Oh, is that a Doki Doki?
Yeah, and then a Stitch fish for a squirrel.
Uh-huh.
That is unicorn. Oh, a cat.
Unicorn.
Got a bow tie and a cat on that one.
I love it. Another cosplay. That's big on buddy. We got our moderator and her computer name.
That's a toast stuffed animal.
Toast stuffed animal. A
Another
toast monkey date.
A horse.
Lots of animal
A real
dates.
life horse.
Wow.
Doggos.
Doggos.
Real
We got all
life
the animal
doggos.
dates here.
I think it's a teddy bear.
A teddy bear. I don't know what that thing is.
A broom with a
Nice.
wiggly eye. That's Wilson from Castaway.
Wilson got off the island.
That's an alien.
That is lovely.
And
What a bunch of great
what do
submissions.
we got?
Sorry if
Right?
we ruined that music or talked over it too much or something, but that was fun to watch.
Hopefully it sounded good, looked good.
Yeah,
Who
we had
knows?
even more submissions. We couldn't fit them all in, so thank you guys for submitting them, even if you didn't get a chance to see them. We still appreciated getting to look at how many people were participating in Stay at Homecoming with us, which is the dumbest idea in the world. But you guys were willing to do it with us, and I
It
had
was fun.
fun.
It was wacky fun.
It was wacky fun.
Yeah, so thank you for humoring us, and
Our weird senses of humor.
hopefully at some point in the future, as our crazy weird events continue, we'll find more ways for you to
yes.
join us.
For
I
example,
see.
these. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if you don't follow us on Instagram, you should totally follow us on Instagram because our what was it? Show and Tell wasn't on our community tab. It wasn't on YouTube. It was
No.
an Instagram only thing.
Yeah.
And AJ mentioned earlier potentially doing a coloring contest sometime
Yep,
soon.
that's gonna be one.
That's gonna be on
Probably
Instagram
two.
because it's pictures. We're not gonna make a YouTube video about pictures.
No,
So.
but we can do a poll on other things
We
like
can.
Twitter and YouTube.
That's
community
true.
tabs. So maybe it would be worth sharing them in other places. Keep track of us everywhere, but Instagram is where we've been actually showing a lot of the stuff. And we got a lot of our submissions from you guys there too. So yeah, always make sure you've rung the bell and you stayed subscribed, and also keep track of our community tab because we do fun stuff there too. Okay, that was your sales pitch for today.
Dun, 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 dun.
Da-da-da-da. What happens now?
I assume
actually
we
know.
answer questions like a normal live stream at this point. Now that
I
we've
was assuming at some point we're still going to reveal our king and queen, but I assumed we would wait
Yes.
a little bit longer before
It's
we
true.
did that.
Okay, so yeah, anybody who has questions about Stay at Homecoming or something else, we're open, we're game, we're having a fun after party here together.
Yes, I'm just going to take a small moment. There are some people in the chat currently arguing over the spelling of my name. And I know the people that are
Is it
arguing.
given? Is that how you spell your name?
There's been some givens, there's been some Q's, there's been some J's, there's been some things.
What?
Technically, my name is spelled Gwen, but I would like to request the chat be really nice to anyone that is spelling it differently, because it may just be that in whatever language they originally speak, that's the easiest way to spell something that sounds like my name. So I don't take offense to anyone misspelling my name. It's perfectly fine. Y'all know who I am. It's cool.
play nice.
I try. Sometimes I don't though. Sometimes, especially Mario Party, I don't play nice there at all. Oh, we should talk about what we did at the after party, like the before live stream after party.
We can talk about the party
Speaking
itself.
about playing nice.
Yeah, we did some dancing at the party.
We did.
We had chicken nuggies
And fruit punch.
which was catered by Baby Yoda.
He was there. He had a nice
I had a
tie on.
picture of him. I didn't put it on the stream, unfortunately.
Oh, that's okay.
He was
You'll have
there.
to follow on Instagram.
Our Mr. Hops Bunny from the musical was our DJ. He was playing the tunes.
He played a lot of Brewster's Cafe from The Roost and Animal Crossing.
We had a nice platter of like candies and cookies and.
It was nice.
But afterwards, what did we do afterwards?
That's where all the nice ends and all the rude and mean stuff begins.
Well, see, the guys had to tell me what happened at an after party because I'd never been
to
a formal dance after
That's
party.
so sad.
I'd never been to a formal dance before college, so
Like nobody
at
invited
college,
you to these?
No.
I would
Sorry.
have.
I
would
know.
have.
Not in high school. We've been over this.
Okay, you are too goth and scary for me. I would be frightened by you.
Oh no.
Which I assume is
Too much
basically what
eyeshadow.
happened to everybody else.
Probably.
But, so they had to tell me what was supposed to happen, and I was informed that you had to wear your pajamas, so we all got changed to pajamas.
Yes, that's important.
And then we had to play a
Critical.
bunch of board games and video games and things like that. And we started with Twister.
So
Twister.
we took the most
Great one.
like quarantined, stay at home, don't spread any germs with anybody idea, and then played Twister, which was like get up in everyone's business game. We all live together. If you guys don't know that,
Yeah, it's
So,
like playing Twister with your family in a pandemic.
social
if they all live in your
distancing
house,
isn't really a thing here because we all live together.
Yeah.
So if one of us is gonna
But
get
don't go
sick,
play it with your neighbors or people
Yes.
down the street. Play it responsibly with people you already share germs with.
basically what we learned was Twister is a game for young people.
Yes.
We got very tired and very sore quickly.
Would you like to know who won, though?
Oh, take your guesses. Who do you think won? We did a first to 3, so whoever won 3 rounds first.
I feel like we should just put it out there that one of us won 0 matches.
Oh.
One of us won 2 matches, and one of us won 3 matches. So go ahead and speculate for a second about who you think was so bad they won none, and so good they won 3.
I'm just waiting. I want to see these votes come in. I want to see these votes come in. What else do we do to stay home?
Also, I am seeing you guys' questions in the chat, and I am holding
Oh,
on to
we
a
are gonna
couple
get to
that we're
them.
going to get to
Yeet.
in a minute. So
Yeet.
go ahead and keep sending them in. I'm keeping track of some things on the side here, and if you see me looking at the computer, that's why.
We also played a stupid I Spy game for a few minutes.
Yeah,
It wasn't nearly as fun as
it
the
was
box
called like
advertised.
Treasure Hunt or something.
Yeah, it was like pirate themed. You had like a map and stuff, but it didn't use the map at all. It was kind of dumb.
It was also supposed to come with 2 treasure chests that you put together out of cardboard. It came with 1. So not only was the game not good, it wasn't
It was
even
defective,
complete. They
but
sold us a defective
It was like
copy.
$4, so I was like, okay, we spent $4 for 1 treasure chest. Whatever, man. And then we also played some Guess Who, which we are going to change, and at some point we'll have to play it on a live stream with you guys or something. With RE characters, we're going to put RE characters on all the little like faces instead of like whatever the pre-made ones are, so that we can actually ask questions like, is your character a Sonic the Hedgehog character, and things like that, or like does Nate play your character? It'll be super fun, I promise. It's gonna be a lot of fun when we do it.
So we played a couple normal rounds of Guess Who between, I think it was me and Gwen, and then AJ and Gwen. But then me and AJ spiced it up by playing a weird version of Guess Who,
The only way to play, by
which
the way.
was not so much like, do they have this color hair? Are
I would
they
say
wearing...
explain the game just for.
Okay,
anybody
so if
who
nobody's
doesn't-
played Guess Who, you have this little panel of like little tabs that stand up.
almost like Battleship, you
And
only
you-
see yours and they only see
Yep.
theirs.
And you pick a card for each of you as one of the people on the board, and you have to say like, is your person, a male or female? Do they have white hair, black hair? Yes or no questions, basically. And the person opposite will say yes or no, and then you can drop down all the people that don't fit that description, so you can narrow it down.
Sure, and you try to figure out exactly who the other person is.
Yep. So
before
me
they
and
can do that to
AJ
you.
played a version where it was like, is more of assumptions than yes or no questions. Like, does your character look like they could be a lazy villager on Animal Crossing? Or does your person look like they have a retirement fund? Like,
Do they look like they watched SpongeBob SquarePants? And like
Yeah.
when they say yes or no, you have to look at everybody and be like, do I think that they think that my person looks like they
Right.
watch SpongeBob SquarePants? There's a lot of really mental gymnastics going on. But
Needless-
it's way more fun.
needless to say, by the time we got to the last people that we were guessing on, we were both wrong. But it was fun. It was a spicy way to play the game.
Yeah, you
I
play fast and
literally-
lose.
I was going back and forth between their boards, and AJ got like lost the person that he was supposed to be guessing within like 3 questions.
It was the
and
retirement
they
It was
lost
the
in, like,
retirement
8.
fund one, yeah.
It
'Cause
was bad.
the lady that I had like white hair.
But she looked young.
But she looked young,
But she had
so I
white
was
hair.
like, I don't think she has a retirement fund.
Yeah, and I was like, but she definitely has like white hair, so I'm gonna mark her as older, and she probably has a retirement fund because she's old. I don't know. Okay.
All right,
We've
so
wasted enough time.
The people in the chat
Yeah.
are lovely, and there is an overwhelming thought
Okay.
that
Yeah.
probably I won and probably Nate got 0.
What?
But I want to give a little shout out to my girl Jillian, who was watching our faces and made a guess based on our facial expressions at the time. And she is a very astute person, so she guessed instead that I got 0 and that Nate got 3.
So we're saying the audience got me correct either way.
Yes.
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 Either way, I didn't win and I didn't lose. Oh, thanks guys for your vote of confidence.
So, thank you, Jillian, for paying so much attention to our expressions. I'm actually
I'll have to
we
have
did
a better
feel really
poker
good.
face.
I was gonna say our poker faces are good enough.
I'm pretty sure it was
You know
mine that
what?
This
gave
is my
it away.
poker face.
I don't hide my disappointment well.
Yeah, you know who's got a great poker face? Punchina back here. Mad skills with the poker face. Just saying. You could punch her in the face right now. Wouldn't flinch.
Oh my goodness.
Huh.
Before the end of the stream, we're gonna try that.
Y'all think I'm not good at Twister. I can see why.
Yeah, right? I wouldn't have thought because like you don't have the like you're not the tallest or the like longest.
I'm the widest and
You're
the
the
least
widest.
flexible, probably.
And yet.
I
Still
wore
won.
shorts. That's what I think it was.
I wore shorts.
Oh, it's true.
I'm just
Gwen
incompetent.
was wearing jeans. I was like, why are you wearing jeans playing Twister?
Girl jeans are stretchy.
I don't. It's still.
I'm pretty sure
We're
my
gonna get you a
jeans
pair of
stretch
girl
more than
jeans
my
to
legs
try on
do.
someday, and you'll be like, "Oh, these are so stretchy."
Either way, we
I don't
all
wanna
were
wear
very
shorts
sore.
anymore.
I can't speak for Gwen, but me and AJ were definitely sore the
I
next
woke
day.
up. I was like,
I was like,
"Twister,
oh.
what have you done to me?" Yeah.
I woke up fine. I counted that as my win. I lost horribly at Twister, but I was not sore. So.
You guys won't understand until you hit like 30. When you're like 30 years old, you're gonna be like, "Oh, Twister hurts. Oh, why did I do this?" It's really silly. We'll play again sometime.
Oh my goodness. All right. I'm
Questions.
gonna pull a couple questions. from the
Yeah.
chat. We've had a couple different people asking us if we can tell them anything about Web of Lies 2.
What?
And we made an announcement a couple weeks ago, but we should probably just do it again.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, it was a while ago now that we last talked about it. So FNAF Web of Lies 2, aka whatever the next song is called, won't be called Web of Lies 2. But this sequel to Web of Lies, which continues from that Ground Zero storyline we've been building, was delayed kind of indefinitely right now because in the middle of a pandemic, we don't have enough people to be puppeteers, let alone to bring back any of the other humans in the series. So right now, we're just in limbo. We can't move forward unless either we wait or we change the script. And I feel like we brought that idea out, and you guys were pretty overwhelmingly like, please don't change the script around to be like, Freddy goes off on his own in a broom closet and sings a little song by himself, and that's the Web of Lies sequel. So those are the only options really right now, are do one that's not really the right story, but just get something done, or hold off and go, we don't make junk just to pass time. So if this is what it takes, if COVID-19 will freeze us in the middle of the storyline a little bit longer, so be it. We're going to make the story that it deserves, not the one that COVID wants us to make instead. Hopefully that's cool with you guys.
It is interesting to think, yeah, if this pandemic hadn't happened, you probably would have already seen that sequel by now, or like this month. Like it would have been coming out very soon or already having come out.
Right.
So
to be honest, though, like we have not nailed down all the details still either. Like because we knew we couldn't film it yet, we didn't finalize some things. So for example, the piece of music that we're going to use could still change. Hopefully, it could still improve. Ooh. And the direction of the storyline, maybe even who's part of it, that could still change or even, dare I say, improve. So it's not the end of the world sometimes when things get delayed. Sometimes it just means you get a better product out of it.
The chat also would like to know if we're willing to give any hints as to what our next musical is going to be.
I don't know, Barbie.
I don't know.
We're definitely not going to tell you flat out because that's something that we reserve for our Patreons at the moment. So if you are interested in just flat out knowing exactly what we're working on as we're working on it, join our Patreon. You'll get all the updates for $1.
You guys get Patreon people get updates on like dumb things too.
They see our cats.
True.
They
Yeah.
see weird.
Like 90% of the updates they get are like just hanging out with us, and then there's like 10% like here's the actual work that we're doing.
We try to show you like music as we're working on it and costumes as they're coming in or as we're working on them, and we'll try to shoot something while we're on set so that you kind of get that the day of our filming, like things like that.
Right.
But they're kept fairly up to date. But a hint.
Nate.
It's a few years old, the game.
It's a few years old.
Pretty good hint.
But it's very popular right now.
Ooh, that's an even bigger hint. Ooh. Ooh. That's all the hints I even give.
Yeah, I think that's it. We'll
All
just
right,
say
let's
that.
let's move right along and say, do any of you guys listen to Broadway musicals, and if so, do you have a favorite?
Broadway music.
AJ's a big fan of Oklahoma.
No. I was disappointed by Oklahoma, actually. Has some good songs.
We've been watching a lot of Broadway musicals actually recently. Catching up being a loose term. Seeing things we haven't seen. Trying to get creative juices flowing because when you write musicals every month, it's nice to hear musicals to inspire you.
Yeah, and you can't go anywhere, or like you can't even go to the movies in California right now. So,
Yeah.
or at least
You can't
in our
even
part of
trick or
California.
treat.
Yeah, right. So like it stagnates really quickly. Your brain just kind of turns to mush when you just do the same thing every month, and you can't spice it up or change anything. So yeah, watching some other musicals that have been like turned into movies has been really helpful.
Yeah.
I haven't liked a lot of them though.
It's true. We've been kind of let down by some of them. We're watching some of the older ones, and just the way they were filmed is a little weird.
The plot's just not always
There's
that, like,
at least like
revolutionary
one
either.
song
Yeah.
that's like super dated and inappropriate now.
Yeah, there's a lot of like racist songs that sneak their way in, and you're like,
No.
You're like, that's not
But
okay.
I think we kicked this all off by watching Hamilton when it came out on Disney
Yes.
Plus.
I was in that room when it happened.
And I'm pretty sure we all enjoyed that
Yeah.
enough to go into the others.
yeah, that is what sparked, I think, the rest of them, is being like, Hamilton was a lot of fun to watch. We should do that again.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I really like Wicked as well, for anyone that... we were planning to see that show live when we were going to go to Europe. We're still going to go to Europe one day.
We
We're
have
still
tickets
hopefully gonna
for
see
it, in
live.
fact. So whenever we come to Europe and see a bunch of you guys, we are also going to see Wicked there.
Yay!
With the
I'm very
stipendium.
excited.
That was the most fun part. We were going to have guests
I
to go
forgot
watch
that
it.
we...
Yes. He
told-
had tickets with us. We were going to go sit together and watch it because he likes musicals. And that one is one that he likes a lot too. We were all set to do it. It was happening. We were going to be in the room where it happened. The room where it happened.
Did we
And then the
tell them
COVID nation
that
attacked.
Our tickets got delayed?
Yes. I addressed that. We're all on the same page. They know better than we do that things are not operating as usual.
They
at the
do.
moment.
They do.
Yeah. Oh, man. But yeah, I was really excited because I've heard that soundtrack as well. And it seems like a really good show.
I like it.
But I haven't seen the show, so I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. One that we did see when Gwen and I did a meetup in London back right after our wedding. So it was on our honeymoon. We literally stopped at a Random Encounters meetup and gave out pins and stuff to some of you guys. We actually caught a couple of West End shows there. And we watched Lion King, and we also watched The Book of Mormon, which was a really funny show, kind of inappropriate at points, but really funny. The music was catchy. Even the songs I don't want to like repeat were catchy. So that one I've actually found myself playing again occasionally on Spotify, just to enjoy feeling a little like, I'm getting some musical theater stuff from home. It's nice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Did you guys keep your dates secret from each other, i.e. the dates behind us? And if you did, how hard was it to keep the secret?
Who had the most trouble, you think?
Probably AJ.
We all had trouble, FYI. All right, so...
I probably had the least trouble, to be honest. My date came in a box that was like this big.
She's very
Because they
stealthy.
smooshed her into it. I literally didn't even think it was the box that it was coming in. I'm like, this is too small. But there she was, delivered by Amazon. And then I just put her in my closet on like a shelf.
Yeah,
And
I'm sure I
hidden.
sat in there editing with you and didn't know your date was
It's because I kept
important.
my closet door shut, yeah.
Yeah.
But,
she's so small.
right?
You just
She's
like
sneaky,
stick
like
her
a
in like your
ninja.
hamper, like under the dirty laundry. I'd never know.
So yeah, I probably had the least trouble.
I'm not sure if you had the least because I literally like the box came in. I saw the box and I like just shoved it under my desk, which by the way is like right inside the front door. So like the guys walked past the box like 8 times a day and I didn't even care. I was just like, it's there. And I realized I don't actually know if you guys. There's a label on the outside of the box that shows exactly what's in it. Which
I wasn't looking
I mean,
at the label probably.
there's a picture on like, but was it packed inside another box or?
no, that was
That was
literally
the
the
one?
box that was sitting under my desk.
I might have seen it and just didn't say anything because I think I already knew what you were doing.
It's true. I'm not very good at keeping secrets from AJ.
Well, that's what happens. I, on the other hand, am great at keeping
He
secrets.
is.
from Brad.
I don't know how he. I mean, I know how he does it. I'm kind of oblivious, but he's very good at keeping secrets and like planning secrets, and it's awesome.
She overrates me, but so yeah, my date was a little bit more trouble to hide because it literally had to be delivered by like a massive truck and like escorted to the door by like a couple burly people, and I was like panicked because I'm like, there's no way to get my date. Like, look at the size of this thing. And I know it's shorter than good looking Brad over here, but like it's bulky and it doesn't really collapse. That's one
It's
big
heavier,
difference.
too.
Yeah, it weighs a lot and it doesn't really collapse, so it had to be delivered in a package that was actually this big. And like I said, I think it took a couple people to deliver it, and it had to come in a special truck and stuff like that. And I was panicked how to get it into the house without anybody knowing. And mine also came in a box that said exactly what it was because there's no way to package it under anything else. So fortunately, they delivered it at like 10 in the morning on a day where I just happened to wake up early for some reason. So I got to the door, went, this is it, this is my date. And I like lugged it up the stairs as fast as I could and hid it in the production room's office closet. So that's...
Which I knew it was there. I didn't
Yeah.
see it, but I knew that's where he was planning to hide it, and I knew it had arrived. So like when I needed to get, I don't remember what it was.
wrapping paper.
Wrapping paper.
Yeah.
I was like, can you go in the closet and get me wrapping paper? Because I know there's something in there I'm not
There
supposed to
is.
see.
Yeah.
So
It's a big, burly date. Tough to hide.
the dress, though, is Princess Peach's costume
Yeah.
that AJ wore in
It
the
was,
Mario Brothers
yeah,
musical.
when I was Luigi in that musical. By the way, that dress ripped because I tried like 4 different things to put on my date, and I really underestimated even like big lady clothes, like extra large lady clothes that like some of the guys around here have worn. Don't fit over this guy. Like having arms
He's got
and being
very
able to
broad
wiggle
shoulders.
is like a big thing, and I didn't realize that. And when you put it on something that can't wiggle and doesn't like move or help you, yeah, it doesn't fit over him. He's just like, try to put it on me. Go ahead, just try. So yeah, I tore that dress trying to fit it over his giant chest.
So are we keeping it, or are we just throwing it out?
It's on the seam. I can fix it.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
Don't throw anything
She
out.
can put it on Brad to look at it, and then be like, I need to stitch it here.
That's funny. They share clothes. Okay.
Sorry, I saw.
It's fine. Yeah. I
For
couldn't
anyone
believe
that
it.
has been looking for a second hint for the musical that's coming next, I have seen it mentioned in the chat. So
You get nothing. You lose. Good day,
somebody guessed it based off of what we said.
sir. Ooh.
Whoever that person is, I'm not saying who it is. But
Hey, that's your
just so you
second
know.
hint. It's in the chat
Your
someplace.
hint was a person said it, and not a robot or a alien.
It's true.
Okay.
Although we don't know they're not a robot or alien.
I was gonna say I didn't go to anybody's house out there to find out if you are robots or aliens.
The chat would like to know how the fluffy monsters in our house are doing.
Fluffy monsters. I mean, Mr. Meows is more clingy than usual because he knows we can't escape him anymore. So he's gotten spoiled in the last like 6 months, and he knows that he can just beg for our attention all day long, every day, and we don't leave for anything. So that's kind of less cool than usual, actually. I'll appreciate when we can actually start going out and he learns again, oh, I'm a cat. I don't own all the people in the house. I should just be happy to see them and spend some time with them, not all of their time.
Yeah.
I still love him.
The Penelope's same as ever. I don't think she's really changed that much.
No.
She is pretty independent. She's generally happy enough to be on like a blanket or on my bed while I work and not in my face, which is nice. And she's quiet.
She drooled on me today.
Drooled on you.
She does that when she's
Gross.
happy. She
Happy drool.
I call her Drippy.
I do that too.
I call her Drippy. She when she's really happy, she purrs really loud, and her nose starts to run.
Ooh.
And yeah, I call her Drippy. I'm like, why are you getting drippy on me?
Ooh.
Yep.
It's kind of cute, but kind of gross at the same time.
Yeah, Mr. Meow slobbers like a dog. So both the cats, if you make them happy, they'll just start like dribbling all over you.
Oh, no.
So gross.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Cats are awesome though. I still give them a big thumbs up.
Definitely, and we love ours.
Yeah.
The chat wants to know how long our dance lasted.
How long did we spend on that dance floor?
On the dance floor?
On the dance
dancing,
floor being a loose
we
term.
probably only danced for maybe 10 minutes. We were
Yeah.
probably outside for an hour eating and
Yeah.
enjoying the punch and kind of just chilling.
And voting for king and queen.
Right,
And crowning
voting for king and queen.
It was a lot of work, actually. I was just thinking about how much work it went into decorating, and then how much work you must have put in taking it all back down. Because then I was working the next day and I couldn't help, and I feel bad because it was like an hour out there and we left it up overnight.
It was interesting. I think it wouldn't have taken so much time if I weren't trying to save some of the decorations. I could have just like trashed it all, but instead I was like, let me peel all the tape off of this and peel all but
For next year's stay
I
at
feel like it wouldn't have
homecoming,
taken as long to set up either if
when
it
the
wasn't so
pandemic
windy.
lasts.
it's true. It was super windy when we were setting up, so like everything was like
blowing over
and tearing
ripping.
itself down, and like we had to redo a bunch of it. So
Yeah, but it chilled out when we were ready to actually do the stay at homecoming.
which was wonderful.
Yeah, the weather was great out there. I just watched myself tearing everything down. Oh, this is what I look like. This is the tearing it down dance. That's how I dance as well.
Someone in the chat watched our Yandere Simulator Let's Play.
Oh,
And
Cool.
was asking if I was actually a teacher.
are you?
Would I lie?
No, I don't think you would.
Would I lie?
Not to all these people out here. You like our encounters too much to lie to them, right?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I was a teacher, and some of the people that had been kids at the time have found random encounters and gone, hey, that looks like my old Latin teacher, and it's very funny to me.
Wow.
So yes, I taught Latin.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience.
Taught Latin.
So
I did.
you being recognized from that reminds me of me and AJ used to he started it and then I started helping with it. We ran an old website called Yoshi Stadium way back in the day. You probably not gonna be able to find it online because it was made with
It's
GeoCities.
pretty hard to find.
But on one of our old videos, really old videos, our I'm Captain Falcon video. It's like one of the first videos on the channel.
Yeah.
Someone posted in the comments like, "This reminds me of the animation style of an old site I used to visit called Yoshi Stadium," and we were like,
I'm like, it's gotta be somebody who knows us. That's gotta be. That can't just be some random stranger out there. Maybe it is.
so.
Oh, crazy. Mind blowing sometimes. Who
Oddly.
finds you from your past?
We all had lives before random encounters.
Yeah, I didn't expect anybody to ever find it though. Like, that's the crazy thing about YouTube sometimes. You just don't know. You're gonna pop back up on people's radar years later. Be like, now I'm this idiot. I used to be that idiot over there. Now I'm
right.
this one. Weird, man. It's pretty weird. What other questions do we have? If we don't have other questions, we could always take a break and unveil the king and queen of Stay at Homecoming.
We should probably do that. We're about
You think so?
45 minutes in, and
Hey, yeah, you guys have waited
Sure.
long enough. The suspense is killing you, I'm sure. It's killing me.
They
I'm
might
sure.
already be dead from the suspense. Who
Oh
knows?
no.
That's
Oh no.
yes.
Oh no.
We need to resuscitate now. Clear.
So we voted for king and queen amongst the three of us, but we also gave votes to our dates. So we discussed with them. We had guessed at who
Consulted.
they would want for king and queen.
We
Yeah.
made the ground rule that you were not allowed to vote for yourself,
And our date was not allowed to vote for themselves.
Right?
but you could vote for each other. So
Yes.
So we compiled the votes anonymously and
Is
read
there
them
some
out.
sort of like a big like reveal we're supposed to do here?
I have a picture.
Oh, you have a
Is
picture?
that what we're revealing?
I believe that's what
Okay.
we're revealing.
All right, I'm gonna do a
we
little
want to
drum
give them
roll?
a second to guess who
Oh.
was king and who was queen
We'll let
out
them
of
guess.
Okay.
the six of us.
You guys know how the rules of this works, right? It doesn't have to be this person and their date. It can be any like combination, but somebody who identifies as a guy and somebody who identifies as a girl are the two that are named prom king and prom queen. So, with that said, who do you think was nominated? Won prom king and prom queen of our Stay at Homecoming? I guess that make them a Stay at Homecoming king and queen. So nobody was the prom king and queen. Oh, this is how I'm gonna do my drum roll. I'll be like. It's not very good. It's not very good. We
You
should've
do
put a
like
sound
an
effect.
8.
Oh, my date could do that. My date would be like, boom.
Your date doesn't have arms.
My date could just use their chest muscle. Like, boom, boom, boom.
So she's like The Rock who can like move his
Yes. Yes, my date could totally do that. I can't do that, but my date can do that. It's very cool.
I'm really enjoying watching the guesses come in. A bunch of people have said Gwen and her date were king and queen.
Gwen and
somebody said that I've lost it. Oh no, you guys are voting too fast.
dude, Brad is my arch enemy. I told him all night I was gonna kill him. We popped his head at the end of the night. He got what was coming to him. Oh, sorry.
He grew a new one.
Malcolm guessed
Demonetized.
that Brad was king, although he's calling him Megamind, I think just because he's got giant blue head.
I can see it.
The queen was Kermita.
He's got brain power.
I've seen some Nate for king.
Oh.
I've seen...
He's like the Twister King, I can give you that.
Punchina for queen.
Punchina, my love.
Somebody would like to know why we bothered to have a king. Why couldn't we just have two queens and it'd be Kermita and Gwen?
I have no answer for that.
Tradition.
Yeah. I mean, if we had voted Kermita as the prom king, I would have accepted that too. I'd be like, all right.
It's true. If somebody just written a bunch of names down, I'd be like, okay, that's how it is.
We're gender neutral enough here that if somebody was like, Gwen is the prom king, I'd be like, yay, hail King Gwen. Why don't I get any love?
Oh no.
That's all right. I bow the knee. Bend.
Bow the knee.
I bow the knee. I bend the knee to King Gwen.
All right. Well, I think we've had enough guesses in. It's a lot of what I've already said. So how about we go ahead and reveal?
Drum roll.
Whoa! No way! These two?
It was me. I'm covering myself with
Seriously,
myself.
it was me. Oh my goodness. So prom king was in fact Nate and Kermita his date.
So we revealed
queen.
queen first, right?
I think we did.
Queen first, Kermita won, and then we revealed king, and I won, and it was meant to be.
I did not see that coming. Oh.
I mean, I sort of helped vote for. I helped vote for Nate.
You didn't vote for Kermita?
I didn't. My date did.
Oh, okay.
I didn't vote for Nate, but Punchina, she has a thing for Nate.
She voted for, what was it?
Big Bald Daddy.
Big Bald Daddy. I'll take it. A vote's a vote.
Which
helped him win.
Because I saw the vote and I was like, guys, who's Big Bald Daddy? Is it Nate or is it Brad? Because it literally decides who gets to be king.
Yeah, that's right. Brad beat me too. Dude, I lost. I am the worst. I'm a terrible date, apparently.
It's okay. When the votes
salty.
came in, AJ got 1 vote and I got 1 vote, so we got to match at least. And then our dates both got 2 votes, and then Nate and Kermita.
Our dates are more popular than us. Oh, my shame on the internet forever.
But we like came up with them. We created them.
We infused them with our own charm.
Exactly. So if they get votes, it's really like us getting votes.
They're really just, they're the best parts of us.
Correct.
Yeah,
so,
we did this.
I got a couple group photos we can share as well.
Hey, cool.
We got this one.
Oh, I better not look stupid in these.
You look stupid in every picture.
Okay, well, it was worth a try.
That's all of us.
Looking good.
Looking great.
Real good.
Looking great.
Yep.
And another similar one.
I'm like, that's you.
AJ's like drinking his punch. He's like downing it.
That's my Falcon punch right there.
You'll happen to notice that Brad is conspicuously placed next to the dartboard.
I don't know who put him there.
Like someone was trying to secretly assassinate him so they could go home with a different person.
I can't think of anybody who would do something like that.
Well, the good news is, as king,
I've been pardoned.
I authorized his execution and conducted it myself.
He's like, first time, he's back again already. Nothing gonna keep this guy down. This is why he's so hard to beat.
I believe they call that he who passes the sentence shall wield the sword.
It's true. Yep.
Or the dart.
Wield the dart.
Yes. Yep. Good old Brad rejoined us anyway from beyond. I don't know how he's doing it. Oh,
necromancy.
Need to learn his black magic.
Well, the chat says that we're all kings and queens, so that's very sweet. We accept. We don't have enough crowns though, so.
No, we don't. It's only Nate and Kermita get one, I guess.
I think our prop closet gets them.
That's fair. I was gonna say we've got a couple spare there, so we could all have them if we wanted them. The thing is, none of them are comfortable.
They look shiny, but they're not.
No.
They don't fit your head very well.
No.
Kermita had the best luck because we like safety pinned it to her
And her
head.
face is squishy, so it fits
Yeah,
really well.
but like me, it was like gunk.
Yeah.
like
Like, don't move your head. Here, we're gonna duct tape it up.
pose for a picture and then don't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like one of those challenges where you like have to walk carefully so it doesn't fall off you.
The chat is simply reminding us that this is the perfect time for the Mean Girls moment where you break the crown and everyone gets a piece. So,
I haven't watched that movie,
I've never seen Mean
but
Girls
that sounds really difficult because those
Excuse
crowns
me?
are like metal.
Neither of you have seen that movie?
No.
No. Do I look like a mean girl to you?
No.
I assume only mean
Do I
girls
look like
watch that
somebody
movie.
who would have watched something with Lindsay Lohan in it as a teenage boy?
I've heard it's really good, actually. So
Yes, I have heard it's
good.
good.
It's on my list of things eventually I'm going to see. Like, if you want to make a list of all the things I haven't seen, I mean, I just played Danganronpa's first, like, chapter literally, like, less than a week ago, and I still haven't watched any of the anime or anything. So we might as well just start, like, a tab going.
We
I'll
have
get to eventually.
a thing in this house where we are more likely to have seen random garbage than actual good stuff. So
Yeah, that's pretty true. That's pretty true. Yeah.
Well, I'm learning from the chat that there's a bunch of people that have no idea what I'm talking about.
Okay, good. All right.
So,
All right, you guys are with us. Oh, man. That was just
okay.
me. Okay.
The one person and I in the chat that knew what it was.
Well, hey, the rest of you guys and us, we all apparently got to watch Mean Girls. We got to become the Mean Girls.
your date is a mean-looking girl.
See? She's already watched
Giving us the
it.
stink eye still.
She's the kind of person that'll snap that crown in pieces.
If I had a dart, I could take out
eat
Brad
them.
again.
Oh my goodness.
That makes you kind of like a mean girl, doesn't it?
I'm the king until dethroned.
Okay.
Until the next stay-at-home coming.
Which, if this pandemic goes on long enough, there will be another one.
Oof.
Hey, maybe that's what happens. If it lasts long enough, then we have Quarantillion. And then if it goes on even longer,
Promdemic.
then we have Promdemic, so we end up having all three of them.
And then we just have depression.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's just not have either of those other two and be done with this. Maybe this year. That'd be great, because I want to come see you guys still overseas. I'm tired of being here. I'm tired of it.
Speaking of being
Stinks in
tired,
his house.
the chat would like to know what location we most miss being able to film in since we're stuck at the house.
I was going to be like, Disneyland. And then I was like, oh, filming. Oh.
We've never filmed at Disneyland. They don't allow that, but we do miss Disneyland.
Yeah. So there's a park somewhat nearby that has a lot of ducks, and it's a great body of water. In fact, it even had a goose very earlier this year, and right before, in fact, everything went to chaos. And that is a really nice place to film. We've shot a lot of different musicals there. It'd be nice to go back. I don't even know if it's open right now, let alone who's doing what there and for what hours.
Yeah, they might be open, but it's that, like, you probably shouldn't be there.
They've probably limited their hours, if nothing else.
Yeah.
And we already struggle to film within the time limit on a lot of these places. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not honestly sure that it's places so much that I miss filming. Like, obviously, I miss leaving my house. Like, there's a very weird feeling to being trapped in your house 24/7 and only being allowed to go out for, like, groceries. And you're like, but I don't like going to the grocery store, so...
Especially not
this
this
is still
year.
not good. But it's definitely people. There are a bunch of people that we would usually have filmed with probably 2 or 3 times at this point this year that we haven't been able to. People like Katie, who you guys know and love, we know and love, haven't been able to film with her. We filmed with her for Mr. Hop and haven't been able to since. That was back in January. We so many people. We haven't filmed with Devin. We haven't filmed with. I'm sorry. The list could just literally go on forever. But
I've been on a different thing because I was thinking of another spot that like we talked about trying to film at this year, which is literally our church, which is funny because our church can't meet for regular church things, let alone for us to come make stupid videos in it.
Yep.
But we've made some of like the channel's most popular videos at our church building, actually. Baldi's Basics, the musical, was filmed there. Blood and Tears, the FNAF Sister Location song, was filmed there. Teamful of Harmony from Pokemon Go a couple years ago was filmed there. We filmed a lot of, even I See You. I'm not I See You. Me and You. I'm like, what is that song called? You and Me.
You and me.
The
Me and
TF2
you,
one.
and you and me.
The one with Happy and the Medic is even filmed at that location, and we were using the inside of that church that day because it was so hot outside in the back.
That day was
of it.
awful.
Yeah, it was a terrible day there. So even that location, which is funny because, you know, people talk about going to church just to like go to church and how you can't even do that except on Zoom right now, which is a whole other story we won't get into, but Zoom church is terrible. I'm just going to say that. But not being able to even film in the church right now for projects that would actually do really well to be in the church, and we just have to do it in our garage instead. It's a big jump. It's not easy, and I'm not enjoying that. Not enjoying it at all. Sorry.
Managed.
Yeah. I know I just took away the whole, like, the people are important thing to be like,
It's
places.
Okay. You didn't take it away. It's still important to me, and you still have a bunch of places you'd like to get back into.
But yeah,
so.
I mean, yeah, there's you guys have watched the channel long enough. You know there's a lot of different people we've worked with over the years, whether people like Jules and Adriana with, like, kind of a presence, or people like Oreo, or, you know, even down to people like David King and, again, Katie Herbert and people like that. We have been so limited. It's just the three of us and like everything.
I mean,
you guys have noticed. Don't tell me you haven't noticed.
Yeah, like obviously if we were able to get people to be with us to film, I wouldn't have been Mary Jane and Timmy in 60 seconds. Real. I would have been one or the other. We would have had another person there.
Yeah. Now the good news is that we are keeping track of kind of the numbers that are coming in here, especially in Southern California, and things have been evening out. I think the flattening of the curve thing is actually getting some improvements. For example, fewer people are being hospitalized. I think there are fewer people actually dying at this point too. So there are some really good things going on. It's not perfect, but it's getting there, and that's good. So we are exploring, you know, like the safer options for being able to have at least one or two other people on the channel here and there again toward the end of the year here. So in the coming few months, we hope you'll get to see a couple different people than just us. Because I hate the idea that 2020 on Random Encounters is literally like, there's like 2 projects at the beginning of the year, and then the rest of it's all just us for the entire
Clearly, we
year.
have to cast Punchina and Brad and
Hey!
Kamita in the video.
We got 'em right here.
All right, guys, what roles should we have Punchina and Brad play?
Punchina can be the heavy.
Not Princess Peach.
She makes a pretty good Peach.
Mary Jane.
Angie Viper is a much better Peach, but since we can't get people from outside still, right now, you're our stand-in Peach, Punchina, until Angie gets back.
If we make a Megamind musical,
Hey.
get a Brad here.
Or a Smurfs musical, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Either one of those will work.
Dude, we could paint My Date green and make a Shrek musical.
Oh, we could. There's already a Shrek musical.
Oh, you're right. Curses. Oh, well, we'll just remake it.
We won't cast My Date because she's probably...
She's been in a musical, too.
The Walt Disney Company will come after us if we do.
Someday I'll find it, the Rainbow Connection. That was a terrible Kermit. FYI, if you've never watched Kermit the Frog, he doesn't sound like that.
Oh, no.
He really doesn't.
When he's sick, maybe. He's got a cold.
I have a frog in my throat.
I have a frog in my throat.
He turned into the giant crazy snake. I'm Kermit the Frog.
Turns into bad lip reading Yoda.
Do we have other questions since I clearly have lost my mind tonight?
They're a little too busy casting these guys in Shrek the Musical.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
No, it's fine.
Dude, I want you guys to cast us in Shrek the Musical as well. I want to know which parts we get, not just our dates. I want to be in it too. Have I done something wrong? Was this a bad decision, or is this?
Oh no!
Is this
I don't
acceptable?
know. Did you want to be a donkey?
What you talking about, sir?
Donkey, why are you eating my feces?
Oh no! Don't bring that up! Don't bring that up!
Every time we have to.
Should we talk about this or should we not?
Let's go with no.
But it's funny.
But it's 3 in the morning.
We could you can write yourself a Shrek scene just by making a tasteless joke and have like Shrek accuse Donkey of something gross, and then just have Donkey be like, "What you talking about? I was just making waffles with them." It's stupid, but you could just start a scene going at any given moment. It's so easy, and we do it a little too often.
Oh no.
Nate, how do you feel about doing an entire show on your knees as Lord Farquaad?
More like Lord Fartquad. They probably make that joke in the show.
Well, back in high school, I played a character who was very short already. So I'm in, I guess.
On his knees.
I guess. I'm in.
All right. Well,
There you
good.
go.
Because the chat, several people have said that you should play Lord Farquaad.
Hey, that's a good
the
role.
chat has said I should either be Fiona or the dragon.
Oh.
I like the dragon.
They
but
both have cool songs.
I don't think I have the range for the dragon. And that AJ
Yeah.
should either be Donkey
What?
or the gingerbread man.
What? Take the donkey.
Talk about Shrek.
I have more fun with the donkey.
Oh,
So that means Punchina Shrek, and you're Donkey to Punchina Shrek.
That's good. That's good. Who is he supposed to be? What's
The
Kermita?
Kermita could be the gingerbread man.
Panchina is Fiona's mother.
What?
Kermita is the Frog King. And Gwen's date is Pinocchio.
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 Pinocchio. I've never heard of that version of him.
Pinocchio.
Who's Puss in
Yeah,
Boots?
right? I'm like, Kermita should be Puss in Boots. Come on, guys.
The Peanut can be Puss in Boots.
Like she'd wear boots.
I'll make her wear boots.
If you put it on the floor sideways, she might get in it. And then you can pick up and be like, I have a Puss in the Boots.
Some people have also said that Punchina would make an excellent arms character.
Hey!
And that Punchina
Except she
would
has
be
no arms.
great in a Mortal Kombat musical.
Okay. That could be true.
Yeah.
Yeah. If we ever make one of those, would you guys watch a Mortal Kombat musical? I'm like torn because like you guys don't tend to watch, I mean, not you guys, our channel's subscribers, especially recently, are much less likely to watch retro-based things like older games and like classics compared to like indie horror stuff. But Mortal Kombat's pretty gory and edgy, and our channel's all about gory and edgy stuff apparently. So,
No, it's not.
hey, I've seen our subscribers are all about gory and edgy stuff.
I've seen our musicals. We make everything fluffy and cute.
We try to. So, a fluffy and cute Mortal Kombat
Yes,
musical?
those meat chunks and Sally face are fluffy and cute.
They're very fluffy.
They probably would have tasted good.
That was hamburger, fun fact.
Yeah.
Still good. It wasn't even expired. Like, we could have taken it and probably cooked it. It would have been fine.
Unlike the
But
chicken
we
we tried to
didn't.
make the other night.
no.
Which was very expired. I made the mistake. I've done this once other time, like in biology class, where they always tell you, like, waft, like, chemicals. So you can, like, check the chemical, like... And I didn't bother to do that. I just, like, opened the lid and went... Because it was, like, a full thing of ammonia. That's what I did with the chicken the other night, too. I was like, oh, it says it went bad yesterday. Let's just open it. And then my face melted off like Raiders of the Lost
It's on
Ark.
me. It expired the 6th. I thought it was the 9th. Easy mistake.
Dude,
And
expired chicken as a deodorizer, though, would be like, you just take it out and, like, rub it on your armpits.
you
and
would
then, like,
smell like rotten chicken.
could have done that and gone to the dance.
If you hated your neighbor, you could have thrown it in their backyard, and they'd be like, "What stinks?"
This guy's evil, actually evil. It's pretty good.
Our garbage probably reeks right now. It's on the
Probably.
curb to be taken out tomorrow.
Yeah, in America we had Labor Day this week, which meant the garbage got delayed an extra day, which is just perfect when you have expiring chicken piled up in it.
And a corpse.
And a corpse. Wait, what?
Neff is not pleased with you that you didn't waft the chemicals.
I'm sorry, I paid for it. My nose hairs were all burned out. It was pretty strong stuff. I lost brain cells that
If
day.
you've ever met the average typical guy, we are fond of the phrase, "Here, smell this."
Which I don't normally do. I don't know why I was so brazen with the chicken the other night. Anytime somebody's like, is this milk turned? I'm like, I don't want to smell it.
We're the kind of people I feel like that like smells. It's like, whoa, smell that. It's not like I'm
So bad.
gonna do you a favor and get rid of this. I'm gonna make someone else smell it too.
It's a thing.
It's
I
like
don't know
mutually
why.
assured destruction.
Yeah, I don't know
It's
why
so
we
you
do
can
that.
have a story later to tell. Like, remember when we smelled that awful whatever?
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it was awful.
That's the story. That's literally all you have to say.
All right, we're getting.
Yeah. Okay, so it is 3 in the morning.
3 a.m.
We have been streaming for an hour. So I'm thinking it's about time for us to wrap up and maybe think about us getting
Going
some
to
sleep
bed?
and maybe some of you guys going on with your day.
Going to bed would be nice.
So I'm gonna maybe pull like 1 or 2 last questions.
Yeah.
So if you have a question that we haven't covered yet and you want to hear us, close out our stream with it, send it through. In the meantime, y'all can keep talking about
Talking about
sniffing
smelling
things.
chicken, rubbing it on our armpits.
Dank chicken.
Don't do
Like,
that.
nothing better than taking raw chicken that's expired and putting on your body parts that you smell like raw chicken. Expired raw chicken. Don't do that, kids. Don't do that. In fact,
Yeah.
you guys are smarter than that. I'm
Honestly,
not. You guys can
they're smarter than that too. He did not rub raw chicken on anything. He literally
No,
came
but I
rushing-
talked about it on the internet after the fact.
No, but you came running back to the house and we're like, abort! We need to abort dinner.
I did do that. I was like, this is too bad.
to abort dinner.
This cannot happen.
Code red.
Be. Now all of China knows our chicken is turned.
Oh no.
That's all it took was like ripping that like wrapper and opening it just a little bit. Now all of China knows our chicken is bad. Woo! Everybody knows outside on our street smelling our garbage too.
Are all three of us going to be in this month's musical?
Yes.
Shocking,
That's right.
because we can't have anybody else.
Yes. And unfortunately, there's just not enough games out there that are like one person that never interacts with anybody. Which sounds like a really boring game, so I guess that's why. But yeah, most games have more characters, so we have to use more of us.
What has been the most memorable / most fun quarantine activity that we've come up with?
Show and tell was pretty good.
We've been talking about doing show and tell again. Show and tell. I'm gonna throw it right here on the chat. I was wondering if we should do it this week.
This week,
Ooh.
Not posting stuff, but I was like, if we went in like the next few days to find another item before we get so deep into the next musical,
Okay.
and then, but
We could possibly
we
do
we
that.
are thinking about doing another one
yes.
of that. But
we
it
had
was
a lot
fun.
of fun. Yeah.
The other one that I feel like we've talked about doing again, and I think we all enjoyed, was we set up a mini golf course inside the
Ooh,
house.
that was pretty good.
That I think was on the 4th of July, but
Yeah.
It was.
we found like a toy mini golf hole.
It's
thing.
called Gator Golf. It's not a toy. It has
It's
a
a
name.
toy.
Glenn. It has a name. It's
It's
Gator
a named
Golf.
golf
Alright.
It's a
toy.
gator.
It's an alligator face that you slap a ball through its mouth.
His jaw
and it
got
pops out the
dislocated
tail.
when AJ accidentally swung into his face instead of the ball.
I was trying to get a better score.
Poor
But I
gator.
enjoyed that. I think it was pretty early in quarantine, so I'm not willing to say it was like the best part of quarantine yet.
Right.
But it was fun, and we should probably do it again.
Dude, there are so many fun things we could do. We could do like an art museum thing where we all make pieces of art and unveil our artwork to put in the museum or something.
I would definitely be way more modern art than he can
okay.
draw. I can't.
That's
Sorry,
part of a
did you just
museum.
say that we were gonna make our own art for an art
Yes.
museum?
Yes.
Speaking of, before quarantine went into full effect, Malcolm was here, or one of our moderators. We have pictures from that game we played. Was it?
Ooh.
What's the name of it? Telestrations. I did some terrible drawings, or the best drawings of the Penal. I
Donkey
drew
was
Donkey
in
from Shrek. He was horrifying.
He looked like a weird turkey donkey
So-
alien.
The way it goes is AJ is the
Gollum
best
from
artist
Lord of the
among the
Rings.
three of us. Gwen is competent and good enough, I feel like.
She's done some really good work, actually.
And my art is so bad, but it's funny bad.
It
It's not
sets
like
itself apart.
yeah, it's not like
It's
this is
Sanic.
just terrible and sad. It's yeah. I could have been the person who created Sanic. Like
Yeah, it's that
that's
level.
level of art I have.
Yeah, you can kind of tell what he's going for, but it's so far out there. You don't know how he got to that point. You don't understand what happened in his head that turned Donkey into a weird lizard thing, but he does it, and then it's funny. So
I have photos of these drawings, by the way. I might send them to AJ to put up on the Instagram account
no.
for you
My
guys
shame.
to
oh,
enjoy.
that would be fun.
He also drew Penelope, the Penelope.
Yeah.
It was magical.
It is the most not charming picture of the Penelope ever.
I feel like everyone who drew a picture of her, though, made it rather uncharming that night because she just has a reputation. She's a black cat. Black cats are spooky. She swipes and bites people sometimes.
I feel like
Lovingly.
the best part of playing this particular game of Telestrations was that AJ and Nate were like alternating away from each other. So the way you play the game is one person draws a picture, the next person writes what they think that picture is, and then the next person after that draws what the person wrote. So AJ would draw something, I would get it and write something down, pass it to Nate, and then Nate would have to draw it. So we'd have back-to-back drawings from AJ and Nate of some fairly ridiculous things.
They're over the top. They're not subtle.
It was like the real art, and then Crazy Red's drawing of it. Back when he made zany versions of his art, not when he made the ferret a different color.
Good old days.
Oh, I miss
Yeah.
those. All right, I'm not seeing too many other questions roll in. I feel like we may have just gotten to most of them.
Cool.
But of course, We'll be back again on Friday at 5 p.m. our
What are we
time.
playing? What are we playing?
Playing a game. Oh,
We said we were gonna continue Danganronpa, right?
Yes, we
did say that.
So we're gonna continue with Danganronpa on Friday. So
Yeah, we've even gotten to know the characters, so we can switch some of the voices around now, maybe. And
Yeah.
like, it's nice to like have gotten through like one chapter now.
We'll hang on to the best voices and we'll adjust some of the others. But if you want to see us play like the very, very opening of it, that is already up on Replayed from last week. And this week we're going to continue it on Friday at 5.
Yeah.
Hopefully some of you guys can make it. I know we're at a weird time to be talking about you being awake at 5 o'clock, but we'll see how that works.
Also, if you're back on next Tuesday, we're going to be doing a comments live stream, I believe. And there will be a poll in the Random Encounters community tab, so you can help determine which musical we're going to be reading some comments from. Once you find out, you can even show back up and ask some extra questions if you've got them. But you'll never know. Maybe your comments are already going to be pulled from that musical. So stay tuned. Go vote from that poll. It'll probably be live, tomorrow?
Yes, I will make
Something
it
like
live
that?
tomorrow.
Okay. I will make it live tomorrow. I like that. That's vicious.
Thank
you. That's like if Punchina was like gonna do that. She'd be like, I will make it live, except without arms. So I will make it live tomorrow.
All right.
That's what she's like.
I will assign Punchina this task. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for hanging out with us while we talked about silly backyard dances and showed off our dates. We've had a really good time doing this, and hopefully you guys have too. Thank you if you were one of the ones that sent in a photo. We really enjoyed watching what you guys did as well.
They were all awesome. Yeah, thank you for sending those in.
Yes. And we hope you guys have a great night/morning/week/everything.
Whatever you're having.
Have it good.
Have a great pandemic even. I don't know. I'm going to have a great rest tonight, I think. You guys ready to go to bed?
Yeah.
We actually have some lyrics I need you guys to come take a look at. Sorry. We're going to do that first. Then we're going to go to bed, I promise. We don't usually work this late. We don't usually. This one time, right?
It's fine.
It's fine.
We got this.
All right, guys. Thank you again. Please click that notification bell. If you enjoyed today's stream, please click that like button. Just give a little tip. Let YouTube know that we showed up, did our jobs, had fun, played some weird slideshows and videos of us dancing with inanimate objects.
As you do.
And hopefully YouTube will think it's cool and maybe recommend it to other people. Somebody's going to be like, what's this doing in my feed? Do it for those people. Click the like button for them. Thanks again, guys. We'll get you in the next video, probably Friday. Beard salute. Woo!